Hey everybody, it's Annette. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and enjoyed time with friends, family, or even, depending on your circumstances, by yourself, doing something for yourself. Being off of work was nice. I was able to see everybody and it went smoothly. It wasn't some chaotic mess. It just kind of all the pieces fell into place, and that was really nice. Uh, my immediate family, and then my son and his new wife, and then went the next day, drove up to the mountains to see my other son and my son-in-law, and actually had a really nice dinner with his family. So it was really good. Got back home, was pulling into the driveway, got a text from a girlfriend, well, my best friend. Remember earlier I told you I had two best friends. One is passed, redhead Diane, and then I've got another Diane, blonde hair Diane. Got a text from her as I was pulling in the driveway. I said, sure, I'll come on over. We'll do our Christmas tonight. And that was on the 27th. And yeah, I think I'm stalling because I really don't know how to start this conversation. Anyway, went to go spend some time with her and got to see everybody over the holiday. I think the thing that I want to talk about, I had a wonderful time and I have good rapport and everything's really good with myself and my adult children. And we've had our ups and downs and our bumps along the way, especially with my oldest. But my friend, my best friend, for some inexplicable reason, her son and first her daughter and then her son became estranged from her. And I have watched her over the years. This has been going on for several years now. Seeing her again and again get her heart broken and trying to talk to her and be supportive of her. I have no idea why things went sideways with those two. And I realize how blessed I am with what I have with mine. I mean, I've been friends with her for probably 40 years. So I really hate to see, if you love somebody like I love her, it's so hard to see her going through that. And then she had a death. Her father passed away 2 years ago. We're not going to focus on the father tonight. I'll talk about how to help friends through grief in another video. But when I'm having such a wonderful time with my kids, and then I go there, I try to not. I tell her, I tell her the truth, but I don't overdo the conversation, if that makes any sense. I don't want her to feel worse than she already does, knowing what a wonderful time that I had with my two kids, my adult kids who still love to be around me. I love to be around them, and that's awesome, and it's a blessing, and I'm so thankful for that. So I've tried the usual, the listening, the understanding, trying to understand, because I've never been in her shoes or anybody's shoes like that who have kids or adult kids or teenagers. Started off, I think, with the youngest one when he was a teenager, obviously. Just cut her off, just cold turkey cut her off, and then went to go live with his dad. Um, So navigating this has been painful because you don't want to see somebody you love hurt. And offering the suggestions of do something for yourself, try to just do something for yourself. What have you wanted to do that you haven't done? But she's still in the grieving cycle, and you can't force somebody out of that. You can't, like, I will call her and invite her to go to things with me, and she'll go, and we'll have a wonderful time, and it'll be like it was before all everything went bad. But back at home, I think she feels more of the emptiness of everything that she's lost. So I can tell her, think for do something for yourself. Think of something you want to do. What's on your wish list? And we're different personalities. We're different personalities. I don't know how I would act. I know when both of mine left, like they left earlier than I expected. My youngest went to college, and then my other one had some issues that caused him to leave the home earlier and go get some assistance in a group home. So I wasn't expecting two of them to leave the nest that soon. I figured I'd have one leave and then a couple of years later have another one leave. So what I did was just started raising chickens. And I threw myself into that. And some homesteading and picking up a musical instrument and a mini harp that I need to have restrung, by the way. But that's what I did. I can't force her to do that. So how can you help a friend going through a difficult time? And I don't have all the answers. I'll tell you some of my thoughts and take from it what you will. Inviting them to go places with you, festivals, things like that, where you can interact with other people and have a good time and get out of that headspace is one way. And I'm not doing it just because, certainly not because out of pity or anything, but I love being around her. We have a good time. We laugh till we almost cry. I mean, she's a really good friend. Invite them to go somewhere. After, I guess we will go into it. Won't be the topic about grief overall, but about the loss of her father. When her father, he suffered from cancer, and it was a 2 or 3 year process, very, very difficult, and that did not help her with any of this, including all that went on with her kids. But when she lost her father, I did obviously go to the funeral home and kept in touch with her, and I could tell she needed her time to grieve. And I think that as much as we need and want our friends, we also need to let them know when we know that they need some space to be in your feelings. This is your grief. This is what I told her. I said, this is your grief journey. You have to navigate it how you need to navigate it. If that means that you don't want to talk, I respect that. But I'm here anytime, anytime you want to talk. And I didn't just leave it at that, because I would occasionally drop the text off, thinking about you today, love you, you're in my thoughts. If you need anything, let me know. If you don't want to talk, that's cool. I understand. I'm here for you. And it felt like it was a really, really long wait, I think. It was a good year of some distance between us that was hurtful for me, but it wasn't about me. It wasn't all about me, okay? I'll put it that way. Part of it was about me, but her grief, my part in that was to be a supportive friend, and I tried to do that. But seeing her hurting and not knowing why those kids don't even give her a Merry Christmas, Happy Mother's Day text, call, or anything, that's very, very difficult as a bystander, a best friend bystander, to see that. I hear stories a lot, they're all over the internet about my son, my daughter, my family. I'm estranged from them. But what about the friends of those people? They're not islands. They've got, I'm certain they've got friends, and I don't know what their friends do for them. And they may not have any friends. Their friends may have just said, "This is too much work. This is too cumbersome. Um, your life is too complicated," and then they fly off. For someone who has been my best friend for as long as we've been friends and has been with me through some of the most difficult times in my life, I'm not going to do that to her. I'm not until the day she tells me, "Leave me alone." I will continue to be her friend, and I think we will, you know, spend the rest of our lives being best friends. So, as far as like how do I handle the conversation about my holiday without making her feel all she missed out on, I just keep it concise. I answer her questions if she has questions, but I don't push it in her face. Like, "Oh, my son got me this wonderful gift and it was so thoughtful and we had such a," I will admit we had a good time, but I don't overplay that card with her because I'm trying to be delicate. I'm trying to be honest, but yet delicate. And I think when somebody is too hurt to celebrate in all our successes, I know she's happy for me, happy that my son got married, happy that I have what I have with my kids. I'm not going to constantly shove that into her face. I'm going to listen to her. And then when she says, "I don't want to talk about this anymore, let's talk about something else," I respect those boundaries and I find something else. And sometimes if it if I see her going to a dark place before she says she wants to talk about something else, I will switch to another topic. And that has worked so far. But I think just being there for your friend and understanding their need for space when they need space, but also giving them the assurance that you're there for them when they need them. But don't ghost them. Definitely touch base with them, once a week or whatever. Or, "Hey, I found this really cool festival to go to. You want to try it out?" And you may get a no, you may get a yes. In my case, I've been fortunate to get yes. So that has helped, I think, her to get out of her headspace and to hang out and do fun things. But it takes a lot of patience and understanding when you're the other person who's not going through an emotional crisis or deep pain and deep wounds. You hurt for that person, but you can't control the circumstances surrounding it. All you can do is be a good friend. and I'm I'm trying. I can't fix it. I want so bad just to make everything right and just wave a wand and make her pain go away, and I can't. So all I can do is be supportive and try to be a friend. There's something that I don't know where I heard it, but when somebody's grieving, sometimes all you can do is just be there. And if they don't want to talk, you don't talk. And sometimes if they need a hug, you give them a hug. And sometimes you just hug them and cry with them. So if you are on the friend side of an equation where you're the one who is living a good life in the moment and not suffering grief, loss, or estrangement, how do you handle and help your friends? Is it too much for you? Do you walk away? What do you do? Because as much as I've been listening to videos, really trying to resonate with what other people have dealt with, trying to understand what she's going through and the pain and the agony of having someone that you raised, two someones that you raised, turn their backs on you. I just can't imagine what kind of agony and pain and heartbreak that is. So if you are someone, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, someone who's a friend of another person going through that, I would love to hear any ideas from you because I'm just I'm just doing what I do and it's working. But as a friend on the other side, I feel very, very helpless. And I hurt for her. And it was a fantastic Christmas. And I was glad to see the kids. And it was really cool because right after the wedding, I mean, literally barely got home, my son-in-law is messaging me, "Hey, Mama A, when are we gonna get together?" So, I truly, truly do not take for granted any of this that I'm blessed with, and I'm so grateful. I'll continue to be her friend and walk this path with her as she allows me to, and pray that at some point those kids will realize what she did for them. I mean, I saw it. They don't remember a lot, they were little, but I saw the things that she did to take care of them and working to provide for them and all the things that she did. And I would just love for them to return some of that love back and to come back to her. And if they don't, I hope she finds her path and hopefully I can be there beside of her as she does. And I'll try to post another video tomorrow because we're closing out a year and preparing for another year. So, what are we going to do in 2026? Got a lot to talk about, y'all. Love you. Hope you have a wonderful night. Take care. Oops.